Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. Starting with some advice from Darkfire, it mentions a little bit how these template shifts work, which I did not realize. Essentially, how it works is it interacts with all 8 tiles that are around it. That can actually work against me here because in this particular instance, it would be heating up some of these insulated tiles. So I'm going to take them away from the edge. It's also unnecessary, apparently, to make temp shift plates side by side. Having diagonals with a few missing is just effective. Apparently, I'm not going to bother getting rid of the ones in between, but I will get rid of the ones on the side. Let's go over here. I've got the same thing. Okay, so for this guy here, I actually probably would have been smart to have not put temp shift plates here and here, but instead of trying to crack into that. So this guy here is going to interact with this. We'll just give that a little bit of excess insulation, and hopefully that's going to be good enough. Go across like that. Maybe do a similar thing down here. Go across like that. All right, well, that's the first little bit. I would like to get this research reactor going, so I guess we'll have to make a plan with what I'm going to do next. Next thing I'm doing, and taking advice from Matthew, mentioned just careful of the liquid that's crossing here. It might exchange the temperature, plus prevent a vacuum. Looks like we're okay in this particular case. It's nice having comments from you guys. I don't think that was the only liquid airlock. This is a liquid airlock to prevent these guys from getting too warm. Making sure that stays cool. What about over here? Oh, yes, definitely happening over here as well. So we'll mop that up. We've got our process here, so, oh, that was never set. That's above 0. Then say, I'll call that airlock broke. Got a problem over here. This little conveyor loader is heating up, and I think what I'm doing is I'm putting that through here, which is far too effective, causing too much heat to go to this conveyor loader. So we're going to have to go in here. Before we do, I'm going to try to get as much of the water or steam out of that spot. And over this little zone, trying to figure out how I want to do this area in terms of making a vacuum and all that. Here's what I've done in this area. Essentially made going to make a vacuum in here, so that this hot steam won't interact with their environment, but still allow red bolts to go in and out around here. Need another one of these. Send that up, and we'll figure out what we want to do with the red bolts later on. Actually, I have to decide if I want to go, or I guess I could go in both directions. Maybe make a copy of that, kind of do this type of thing. So we're going to crack into this area. What I'm going to try to do, okay, apparently bringing in more steam, but what I'm going to try to do is try dumping water closer to this guy. Second of all, instead of going through this little area, we're going to go down and do that type of thing, hoping that these two things will fix this problem. Wait for a little bit of repairs. We'll get that operational again. Let's just have, guess that's cycling through. That's fine for the moment. Okay, so that's been patched up. Let me think. Anything else? Only thing I'm going to do before this thing, oh, hold on. Maybe I should have that not do anything just yet. But what I'm going to do is just get the dupes to remove some of the material that the auto sweeper can't access. Put this back in here. Wonder if this, yeah, causes a slight little bit of warming down here, though. On such a cold asteroid, not really concerned. And I'll want to put that water back into the system, so maybe we'll do that. Cut that right there. This guy was designed to just be going down. Put that right there. And what I'm doing over on this little asteroid, I'm thinking about, I've noticed that we've got a water geyser. And is there any way I can get access to this? First thing I'm going to do is put in some Atmos suits. We'll see what we can do about that over time. Next thing I've got going on is putting in the cooling line. It's going to access these two guys here, this thermo aqua tuner and another thermo aqua tuner. So we'll have haven't selected liquid, probably going to put salt water through this. Also going to clear out this area right here, just putting in heavy watt wire line because I want to make a liquid airlock. Plus to give lead suit access to whoever has to provide this guy with a little bit of material. So with that, let's just take out this heavy watt wire room, giving myself a little bit of room to work. Over on this asteroid, starting to fill in some of this space here. I'd like to get in some vacuums so that I can get access down to here for both power, but mostly about cooling to see maybe I can get access to that guy. We'll see what that turns into. Now we've got our lead suit checkpoint. We're going to have the liquid airlock. Put in a pump to make vacuum. On this side, we're going to have petroleum. We've got a little bit of petroleum in here. And for my salt water, I've got this set up here, which is kind of sourcing some salt water. This location, doing a little bit of filtering, going up. That was doing some farming. I guess that's not used anymore, but that is now going up and around. Maybe open this up a little bit. Until we can eventually bring that up here. Both ready to go. So now I should feel comfortable doing this. To intend that. And need another bridge down here. Just like that. Oh. Got some regolith, that's not good. Over on this asteroid, I see that there is max stress. So we're going to put in a foot massage table over here. And I see a little bit of oxylite here that might get in our way of our vacuum, so we will make that a tile just before we go into that. Bringing this heavy watt wire over just a little bit further. Hoping to have some liquid moving here soon. Put that in like that. What's wrong with the salt water? It's moving. It's getting there. Getting there. Deliver these guys, and realizing I have not produced any of those guys. Let's have a look here. Lead suit. Let's make 4. Petroleum landing right here. Might as well empty that. And we'll bring this around so we can get a vacuum inside this little area. Let's see, what's the temperature? Oh, it's pretty cold here. Oh, and just that one little section. Might need a plant that's a little more there's not. Oh, here we are. Mellow. Hopefully this will take care of the stress on this asteroid. Was thinking of storing nuclear waste here. I think I'm going to go a little bit further up to do that, where it's a little bit more open. Before we do that, though, let's put in some more atmo suits to make it easier to get out in this zone. Bring in some oxygen over there. Oh, and I see we've got protection going into this environment. You on over here. Putting in mechanized airlock, we'll need a specialized transformer. Just for that, since there's none in the area. Also, it is now September, so I'm probably not going to be able to play this game every day. I'm hoping, I don't know how it's going to work out, maybe every 2-3 days. There'll be an episode, few updates of the little dupes here on this very cold asteroid. George just shivering. Okay, so oxygen should be making its way in here. Go check on these guys. They're putting in a liquid airlock right here. Going to be tying into their water system. Putting in the same system here to make sure that it stays a vacuum. Spicy tofu. And we're going to have that start to load in around this line. We'll see in a little bit whether I actually have everything connected correctly or not. Temperature-wise, I don't know what to put. Let's say if you were above 25 to run, do the same thing over there. Making it way around. I think I've got to, yeah, that looks good. Oh, oh. Uh-oh, what's going on? Didn't even know what this is. Not enough steam. Well, that's not the issue. Why is stuff breaking in pipes? Nothing should, unless it's too cold. No, it shouldn't be too cold. Not for salt water. What I was doing, I was transporting petroleum up here, or at least putting in the pipe. This is strange. Unless maybe I had some water mixed in with some of the salt water and that's what was spilling. Though I do see some salt water or brine. Okay, what is going? I have radiant pipes at the bottom. That would be in... Unless maybe there was just a few spots that was just far too cold. And it's warmed up since. Let's hope that maybe that's the case. If that's the case, we can continue on. And in this little section, I'm just nervous about meteorites, so we're going to put in some bunker tiles. Might even add in extra protection just like that. Get some petroleum in here, and then a whole bunch of nuclear waste after we turn this thing on. We got 2 pumps that are going to be ready to go for that. I don't see anything else. I'm hoping that was just a one-time thing, kind of heating up the environment. It was a little too cold maybe. Now I'm planning a path for this nuclear waste to be transported way up here, and I'm realizing, oh shoot, I don't know the dupes can actually, no, they can't reach that. One thing that's a little annoying, but the research reactor is kind of too big to work in the center of. So maybe we'll do, I can get a ladder at least there and there, but even that, I don't know. It still wouldn't help us. I guess we can just destroy, recreate. Put in a temporary ladder. Not sure if we're going to get this on today. If not, next time. Pretty sure. Got that set to 2,000 rads or above, then run. Obviously not the case at the moment. So Mini Pack mentioned that the frame rate may be off. I actually had a special effect on the camera that I turned off. It actually had a warning that it was in beta mode. Maybe that was causing some of the issues. If you don't find that today's video is an improvement, please let me know. I'll keep making adjustments. Currently on my recording software is set for 60 frames per second. Okay, we're able to get in here with a vacuum. That's good. That's going to allow us to get down and access this area with a vacuum. Meteor showers. Okay, thankfully we've got protection here. Let's just put in this little connection. Did I actually get that set up with petroleum? I did. I don't need too much petroleum, so I guess that's all that there is. Maybe that will work out perfectly. Do a little bit of mopping up right there. Maybe we will get this guy turned on. We'll see. Oh! Oh, okay, see some of this ice coming into contact with, I guess, hot stuff. Interesting. Is that going to cause an issue? I don't think so. Because our nuclear waste and petroleum's not going to either turn to steam or gas. I don't think. So there's that petroleum landing in. Don't want to have that get to be too much, though. That needs to be under 1,000. Currently it's 300. How much? That should be fine, right? Oh yeah. All good, all good. Okay, so no more petroleum, please. Disconnect this. Have this set up for our nuclear waste going from here out and in. And oh, didn't get that deconstructed, did I? So the next important resource we need is water. We're going to have insulated pipes transport some of this up because obviously it is very cold. And we'll have that dumped right here. Turn these pumps off because I don't want them to pick up some water. We'll wait for that to turn into petroleum. We'll wait for that to turn into steam. In our nuclear reactor right there. Maybe I should do that and that. Where was that going? It's nothing. Pipe? Okay, so water going up. Rebuilding this building here and over here. We've got perfect. Let's continue on. Getting a little bit further down. Maybe make a ladder system like this. Seeing more explosions in pipes. Cold damage. I'm not entirely understanding why. -10. I mean, it is brutally cold over here. Maybe I should just aim to insulate at least around that corner. Kind of like this. Let's see if this maybe does something for us. Water being dropped in. Yeah, this... I'm hoping that's maybe all it was. Next thing we're going to do is make a material study terminal. Take advantage of the red bolts that come in from this. Make sure these are all pointing the right way. And I guess we can get rid of the other material study terminal. Where is that? Over here. Take that out. Take that out. And we were making red bolts from over here. We can get rid of that and that. The other thing I'm wondering, I'm hoping this change I made improves the video, but I do have higher speeds than the normal game speed. Might have to take that down if that ends up being the issue. But anyways, let's have a look. How are we doing? A little bit of carbon dioxide over here. Not the best. I wonder if that's going to work itself out. To deal with the lack of oxygen in this area, I think we're just going to vent in a little bit. Also have an automation line. This guy is going to tell this guy here whether it needs red bolts or not. So we'll put an AND gate in between, AND gate in between, making sure there is radiation. And we're in need of red bolts, so this guy can be on. I'm wondering, let me just do some final checks. Maybe we're ready to push the go button. Our laboratory setup. Okay, it's actually not a laboratory. Oh, no light. Oh, I see. Just no power. No power to anything. Whoops. Okay. Hold on. Just a little bit nervous about some of this material going in here. Will any of that turn to gas? Just to be safe, let's just put in this over here. Copy that across. Just make sure the dupes clean this up. Because what I want to do, I want to open that up to the very hot material underneath. And then make some steam turbines. So let's do some cleaning up in here, dupes. Meanwhile, over here, we're installing this wiring. So I guess that's not a transformer just for the store. That'll also be servicing the material study terminal down here. Let's see if oxygen levels look... Oh, still lots of carbon dioxide, even with oxygen pushing in. All right. I might have to do something. What I'm thinking of doing is just raising this above the carbon dioxide level for now, at least. Though I do wonder, are we going to have an issue with hydrogen? Because hydrogen doesn't have a lot, oh, actually any room for that matter. Oh. So we're going to put this back, and what we're going to do instead is we're going to go down here, insulate, just to make sure these guys stay nice and cool. And open that up down here so that carbon dioxide has a place to go out to. Which water? Okay, so this is water that has been produced from this cool steam vent. And I'm wondering, do we hit go on this? We've got lots of liquid in here, so let's... Oh wait, I need to keep making sure that this guy receives water though, but doesn't have water dumped out. Oh shoot. Because I never want this to run... Okay. I might have some planning to do here before I turn this on. Just planning in an alternate water system to go into this so we don't run out of water, because we don't want that to happen. And over here, these guys are starting to pop into this very hot area. So what I want to be able to do is have a vacuum area where I can ultimately plan some water being dropped down here so that we can do some cooling. I don't know if we'll ever have this out, but I'll give it a try nonetheless. Is it time? It might just be. Let's put in this right here. And turn this guy on. Okay, so the machine is on. So someone should go in here, get some rich uranium for us. Maybe. We are here. We go. Oh, did I do anything wrong? Okay, so. Oh. Oh, right. Shoot. I guess the dupes won't spend a lot of time up here. But I forgot how radioactive that's going to be. I don't know. Maybe we should put in a little bit of that. Okay, so we get water if that guy needs water. We've got already nuclear waste. We've got some water in there that'll ultimately turn to steam. And red bolts should be coming out of this. Let's just put that in like that to allow that to get complete. What about this system here? Okay, obviously we want to get rid of that liquid. Oh. Why is stuff freezing in our pipes? Cold damage. Cold damage at minus? Am I missing something? Brine. Freezes at negative 22. I mean, it's clearly above. I don't know why we're getting. Okay, that is confusing. That's very confusing. Continuing to top that up, but I don't know why we are. What am I? Okay, there's salt water. Is salt water different? What's going on here? Oh. I didn't realize that was that's only -7. So I specifically want brine. Okay. Whoops. What I'm looking at doing now is emptying this line, mostly already the case. Maybe I should reconnect that. We'll have all this salt water be emptying here. We're going to use polluted water instead, which can be a little bit cooler. Hopefully not have an issue with the polluted water. Actually receiving some polluted water from here, but we also have polluted water from down here as well. I think I'm just going to connect into this. Have that go up. And then go up. And have that go up. Switch some of these around. And go check over on the other asteroid. Reverse. Reverse. Okay, let's see how this does. Polluted water going up there. Short igneous rock, did a little bit of mining. Looks like that's looking better. Open up that a little bit further. We're seeing a problem with hydrogen up in this spot. I already see a little bit, so we're going to tuck some of these, or this guy up. Just one. I might have to readjust this. And we're putting in steam turbines down here. See if I can make as much room as I can for this pump to be up like that. But if I did that, guess I could just make this guy kind of work like that and that. Oh, the only thing is I need to separate room, which I think shouldn't be too difficult. Putting in the automation. maybe you should bring down the power for that pump. Make sure this guy's pointing down, and that hydrogen will ultimately go across like this. Converge in with our hydrogen line. Dupes, don't hang out there. You're gonna get so sick. Ugh. Okay, we are looking for hydrogen here. Make sure we have a laboratory. We do not. That's because the size. Shoot. I think this mistake is easy to fix. The other thing that I've noticed might not be so easy. I forgot to make a vacuum in here before I get this going. So we've got to mix the steam. But we've got some hydrogen. I don't know the best way to do this. Do I just temporarily pop a few of these to allow that hydrogen to flow out? See what this does. I want the oxygen out as well, and I don't know if there's carbon dioxide. Looks like maybe not. Okay, can that maybe push everything out? It's just steam up to here. Maybe open that as well. Open that as well. Maybe that too. Shoot. I think what if we did this? What if we made that wall, seal this back up? We'll create a wall that we'll need to create take that out. Shoot. Okay, you guys have those to install. I'm gonna do a cooling line. Comes down like this. Scald, yeah, I'm not surprised there's scalding. Forgot to make a vacuum. Oh, I wonder if this is actually necessary. My thinking here is if I block that off. Oh yeah, of course now the aquatuner is needed because it's probably getting way too hot. Okay, we are just a little piece of oxygen, unfortunately, right there. We're going to take heavy wire out, push that in there. We're going to make a wall over here. And I will create a pump in here to create a vacuum. Maybe I should have that as much higher value temporarily. Same thing over here. All I know is this is going to be a bumpy ride, but we're putting a pump right here and a pump right here. While we're running the research reactor. I can't exactly turn that off, but I'll disable any more enriched uranium going into it for the time being at least. Are you able to destroy these while it's... Maybe it's waved kind of disabling. Okay. Alright, just a few pieces on this side. This is going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot, I think. I'm wondering if I should just allow this, especially since the asteroid's so cool, if I just allow this to cool down naturally and then just make a pump Otherwise, we're going to have cold damp. Yeah. Okay, do you... Actually, I think we have just steam over here. Hold on. Hold on. We might be good on this side. Let's get that built. Okay. I think we just have a very annoying piece of oxygen there. Steam, steam. Let's put that in. Over here. Maybe the same thing. Oh, hold on. Maybe we don't need you. Maybe we don't. We can put in a research reactor again. Oh, you guys are stuck. You guys need help. Somebody needs to get involved with this. Oh! Okay, how quickly can this be built, or you guys have access to... Okay, just take that out then. For now. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Alright, do we now maybe have full steam ahead? If we could get that built, things will look much better. Okay, take that back out. Take this back out. The fact that this is running must mean our water there is pretty hot. Yeah, it's pretty hot. But we're producing power. Just a bit. Nuclear waste. Okay, we better turn these on. In order to do that. Enable that like that. That like that. And that's not doing a thing. Uh-oh. Why is that? Oh, right. Power. Taking that out, we can get that back down. Can get that out of here. Get rid of that gas pump. Wait. A little piece of annoying carbon dioxide. If I pin it in, I might be able to actually destroy it this way. Okay, that may have taken care of that. Okay, so are we good now? All right, so on the outside it is pretty warm, but at least it's cooling down, no longer 50 or so. And let's enable this once again. Nuclear waste getting out of there. Ooh, all right. How are you guys doing over here? You've got your steam turbines going good. Let's just connect this up like this, and this is the cooling system that needs to come down. So we're putting in our cooling line with conductive panels that are going to make sure these guys stay nice and cool. So far this is running, but I found another problem. The bottom of the base. Yeah, looks like I used to have this separated and I had this nice crude oil divided out. No longer the case. So maybe we'll just disable that so that doesn't run. Take that out. We'll dig down. Might as well just open this up, I guess. Take that out. that out. See, that might be blocking this guy off. No need to do that anymore. Let's just go down, open this up. What about you? Are you still producing stuff, maybe? We'll just take that whole wall down. I think that's going to turn into a little bit of ice. We'll see. All right. Well, we're in we're in an interesting state in all of this. I think I'm just going to slow it down. I'm at the point where I may not have... Oh, let's do a little bit of mopping up here. Just in case anyone needs to run up in that zone. And I was thinking I was going to turn this on. Maybe... Yeah, let's just do it. So the whole idea of getting more power with this power plant was to relocate these guys and make a spawn somewheres, which I have not... I don't know if I've ever actually done that properly before, so I think that's maybe, as long as nothing goes wrong with the base, maybe that's what I do next time. Relocate this, bring up another floor of comfy beds, so we actually have 42, maybe an additional one there for George, and possibly set this up so the dupes can actually live here. Right now we're putting in some piping that I'm going to use to warm up this environment. A little cold right now. Over on this asteroid, we're bringing down a heavy watt wire line so that we can ultimately turn these guys on. All we need to do is dump in some water. That should kick that off. Let's connect that like that. Disconnect that. So our water line's going through. Make sure these steam turbines stay nice and cool. But I might pause it here for today. Let's just have a look around at some of the stuff that is going on. Okay, so this thing's still operating, allowing me to make lots of material for here. You know, you're still in need of stuff. Okay, that's fine. 3,000 calories, overall oxygen, lots of it in the air. That carbon dioxide bubble seems to be not a thing at this little section. Down here, though. Oh, you've been pushing that up. Okay. That might be something that we've got to tackle. Other than that, though, I think things are decent. Like, we've got you guys happy in there. We've got you guys happy in here. And what about over here? Yeah? Okay, not crowded. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Elderly. Getting too many of you. Why is that? That's happened once before. I don't know if I've just... maybe I've got to take that down. You were elderly, we'll attack you. You still have food, though. Okay, good. Alright. Those guys are fine. No idea what we're going to get up to next time. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to work on the actual base, so that we've got a better living area, as long as nothing goes wrong. That may be the plan. Anyways, this is JR playing Oxygen Not Included. See you next time.